The episode 1 opens with a scene from 2011. We see both the main leads. One of them is named Soo-bin, and the girl is named Yi-jae. The two of them are in their class, where Yi-jae is watching the clock. Once the class ends, she runs off from there. She's with her friends and starts filming video. She comes to the beach as well and does the same thing. Soo-bin had come up to her, and he films her. But Yi-jae says, "Don't do that, stop filming me." But Soo-bin says, "You're pretty." The two of them like each other. We come to the present where both their lifestyles are shown. We learn that Yi-jae has become a reporter, and that Soo-bin is a film director who had come to an international film festival where he receives an award for the second time. He comes onto the stage and takes his award. He says that there was an 18-year-old who had lost his dream, and that he'd like to dedicate this award to that person. Afterward, he has a meeting with the media, who put a number of questions to him. In the next scene, we see Yi-jae, who is on her show. She was digging for things to eat in the mud alongside an old woman. The team is right nearby, filming them. However, we see that as she's leaving, Yi-jae falls down and her clothes got ruined. In the next scene, she was on her way home. Her mother calls her and tells her that the landlord has raised the rent. Yi-jae says that if all this keeps happening, you'll have to sell your shop. "Don't worry," she says, "I'll arrange the money." She gets home. She washes the clothes that had gotten ruined earlier and then puts them out to dry. But just then, she catches sight of Soo-bin on the TV and says to herself, "Is that Soo-bin?" When Soo-bin was talking to the media, he brings up his first love and says that she's in Korea. The media people say, "Perhaps she's watching you. Do you want to say something?" Soo-bin says, "I'm coming to meet her." Yi-jae searches for him online, but nothing comes up. Then she remembers that his name is Ian Woo. Any number of videos appear in front of her. She starts watching the video where the media people were talking to him, but she says to herself, "What's he blabbering on about in English? I can't understand a thing. And why would he come here? And even if he does come, I'll kick him." In the next scene, we see Soo-bin, who is on a plane. He watches the news about himself, that he's going to Korea. He arrives at the airport. A friend calls him and says, "I'm coming to pick you up." But he refuses. He got into a taxi and left. In it, he watches Yi-jae's show, the one in the mud. The man notices it too and says, "I'm a fan of this girl as well. She makes a really good show. She's very polite and hardworking besides." In the next scene, we see Yi-jae, who is at her company. She argues with her colleague about her show and its footage. She tells him, "The writer and the producer, where have they been shooting for a whole month?" But it makes no difference to you. The employees were watching them. Just then, they learn that their boss has arrived, but we see that Soo-bin is with the boss. The boss starts asking the employees where everyone else is, and they told him, "Over there." Now Soo-bin sees how Yi-jae is arguing with him. Just then, Yi-jae notices Soo-bin too and is left in shock. Then she crouches down. After a little while, she looks and finds nobody there. She thought Soo-bin had gone. But Soo-bin is right there under the table, and he asks her, "How have you been?" Just then, Soo-bin's head hits the table, and we go into a scene from the past, which is from 2010. There, she's outside filming something. Just then a car pulls up, in which we see Soo-bin, and she starts filming it. But just then, Soo-bin spots Yi-jae. Yi-jae drops down at once, and her head got hurt. In the next scene, we see all the students at an assembly. Something happened to Yi-jae, and she collapses. Soo-bin runs over to her. He picks her up and had brought her to the nurse's room. Soo-bin was sitting outside. Yi-jae sees that the nurse is gone. Then she stands up. He's asking Yi-jae, "Were you putting on an act?" Yi-jae denies it and says to him, "Who are you? Did you bring me here?" He nods and says, "Do you already know me? When I arrived here, you were filming me. I'm a transfer student." Soo-bin tells her, "You were completely exhausted, that's why you collapsed." Yi-jae asks him, "Were you watching me?" But he denies it. In the next scene, we see the two of them sitting in the playground, where Yi-jae asks him, "What's your dream?" Soo-bin says, "Nothing." Yi-jae says, "What kind of answer is that? You ought to have at least one dream." Soo-bin says, "My father is a doctor, so I'd want to become a doctor too." Yi-jae asks him whether his grades are good, and he nods. He says to her, "Joo Yi-jae, now tell me your dream." Yi-jae looks at him and says, "This is the problem with you soul boys. You keep pestering people. You shouldn't say someone's last name. It can give them the wrong idea." Soo-bin says, "All right, Yi-jae, I get it. Now what's your dream?" She looks at him again and says, "Don't say my name, and don't smile like that." Soo-bin says, "Okay." Then she tells him about her dream, that she wants to become a film director. In the next scene, we see Yi-jae come up to the hospital roof to shoot a video of the sunset. Soo-bin, however, is nearby and he spots her. Yi-jae gets onto the roof and sets up her equipment. Then she falls asleep up there. Soo-bin had come up as well and he watches her. He waits for her for hours, but she doesn't wake up. When Yi-jae does wake, she sees Soo-bin asleep beside her and cries out. Soo-bin wakes up too. Yi-jae says, "What are you doing here?" Soo-bin says, "I was waiting for you to wake up." Yi-jae says, "It's patrol time, we have to go." Then the two of them were slipping away and hiding. He asks her, "Why are we sneaking around? We could go out the front." But she refuses. Then she pulls him off at a run. A security guard spots them. He gives chase, but the two of them get away from there. They had been holding each other's hands. As they run, we see Yi-jae's hairband fall to the ground. Further on, she tells him, "From now on, the two of us will work together." In another scene, we see Soo-bin arriving at school in a car with his mother. But nearby, he sees that Yi-jae was filming an old woman. Soo-bin tells his mother that he wants to walk from here. Then his mother drives off. Soo-bin goes straight over to Yi-jae. Yi-jae films the old woman and says, "Something's missing." Then Soo-bin had said, "The shadow." Soo-bin then somehow rigs up a shadow there. But we see that there's a drunk man nearby who shouts at them and says, "Why won't you let me sleep?" He grabs Yi-jae's camera. He wants to throw it, but Soo-bin somehow saves it. The man tries to snatch the camera away. Yi-jae gets in between, but he flings her aside, and he starts kicking Soo-bin. Just then the police arrive, and the man runs off. In the next scene, we see Yi-jae with Soo-bin. He had gotten hurt earlier, so she puts ointment on him. Yi-jae says, "Thank you. If you hadn't been there, this camera would have broken." Soo-bin says, "It's cracked a little." Then he puts a sticker on it. He tells her, "I'm going to like you." Yi-jae looks at him and says, "I don't follow. Are you going to like me, or do you like me? There's a difference between the two, isn't there?" He tells her, "I want to become like you, because there's one thing I don't have." Yi-jae says, "Is it me?" Soo-bin says, "No, your dream." After that, we see several more scenes. Ones in which the two of them together had made a zombie film, and they were punished for it too. And more scenes where the two of them are happy. In one scene, the two of them were about to kiss. We come to the present scene, where Yi-jae brings Soo-bin into the stairwell and shouts at him. She says, "What are you doing here? Have you lost your mind?" Soo-bin says, "What would I come to a TV station to do? This is nothing but a coincidence." But Yi-jae doesn't believe what he says. Soo-bin then comes out with it. "Yes, I came to see you. I missed you. Didn't you miss me?" Behind them, someone was pushing at the door. Yi-jae wants to hold it shut but can't manage it herself. Soo-bin then moves in close to her. Yi-jae says, "What are you doing? Get away from me." Soo-bin says to her, "Will you be able to handle this on your own?" Then he asks her, "Do you have a boyfriend?" Yi-jae says, "Yes, I have a husband and a child." Soo-bin says, "You're lying. I've come at the right time." Soo-bin starts talking about her dream, but Yi-jae says, "That dream broke the moment you left me and went abroad." In the next scene, we see Yi-jae with her friend, who is an aspiring actor named Yoo-gun. Yi-jae tells him, "How long are you going to keep making your profile by hand and delivering it around? Use an agency." But he refuses and says to her, "Earlier you were telling me about your first love who's suddenly turned up. Doesn't it feel good to see him?" But she says no. Yoo-gun says, "Becoming a director was your dream, wasn't it?" But she says, "Not anymore." In the next scene, we see Soo-bin at a hotel. He was talking with his friends. We see the actress Hana, who was passing by. She talks with her manager. The manager says, "I heard that Soo-bin has come to Korea." Hana says, "I don't know why this became news." Hana says that she hates that Ian, because, as we learn, it was her first audition, and Ian Woo rejected her. But he was going on about something in English and she couldn't make sense of any of it. He didn't use the Korean language even once. Soo-bin hears all of it. Then he comes to a cafe, but we see that Yoo-gun is right there, and he recognizes Soo-bin and says his name. Then the two of them sit down and talk. We learn that the two of them already know each other. Soo-bin starts talking about their school days, but Yoo-gun says, "I didn't do that." Soo-bin says, "Fine, you can take it that I did all this for Yi-jae. Can I get her number?" But Yoo-gun says, "I won't give it to you. She doesn't like you, so I'm not going to like you either. Find out her number yourself." Just then we see Yi-jae calling Yoo-gun and telling him that she wants to sell her videotapes on Cabbage Market. Soo-bin overhears all of this. We see Hana, who is at a restaurant. She wants to do a shoot of hers, but she's told that the model who was supposed to come has been in an accident, and now he can't come. She'll have to wait for it. But just then we see Yoo-gun nearby, who spots Hana and says her name. Hana sees him too. She comes over to him and says, "I need your shoulder for a little while. Could you lend it to me?" What she meant was, "Can you do the shoot with me?" In the next scene, he's gotten dressed up for it. The two of them do the photo shoot together. Then we see Yugon looking at his photo with her. He recalls the moment. When he was leaving from there, Hana came up to him, gave him a photo, and said he could keep it as a memento, though she can't sign it because he isn't her fan. He looks up at Hana's ads on the big screen in front of him and says, "For me, all of this was like a dream too." Meanwhile, we see Soo-bin, who opens up Cabbage Market. He wants to find out what EJ's number is, so he searches for the videotapes. He finds EJ. Then he messages her as well. At this moment, EJ is looking over her videotapes and cleaning them. She starts chatting with Soo-bin. Soo-bin says, "I want to buy these, but you'll have to meet me in person." In the next scene, we see EJ at a metro station. She was coming up, but she spots Soo-bin in front of her. She says to herself, "What's this jerk doing here? I'll have to slip away." But he recognizes her, and then he says her name, the one that's on her Cabbage Market ID. In the next scene, we see the two of them at a restaurant. EJ tells him, "I'm not going to sell these to you." Soo-bin says, "I'll pay double." EJ says, 10 times. Soo-bin agrees to it. Then he asks her, "Why are you selling these?" EJ says, "What's it to you? They're old now." But Soo-bin says, "I don't think so. I read your farewell letter." Then he recalls the moment. She was going to sell them, and underneath there was a big, long letter in which she had written what those videotapes meant to her, along with plenty of other grand things. EJ says, "Fine, so why are you buying them?" Soo-bin says, "Because I'm collecting memories." But EJ had said, "I don't want memories. Give me my money quickly, I want to go." But Soo-bin doesn't do that. He gives her a script, one that they had written back in their school days. It's about the film, and he tells her, "Come on, let's work on it together. Everything in it is fine, but its ending still hasn't been written." EJ says, "So it needs an ending?" Then she spills coffee all over the script and had left. Outside, it starts raining. He comes over to her with an umbrella and stops her. EJ says, "I hate this rain." Then she remembers and tells him, "I waited for you for 15 days. I came to your house every single day, but you never met me. You should have been my first love, but you became my biggest regret." Saying all this, she leaves, and the episode comes to an end. So guys, how did you like the first episode? Tell us in the comments. Now we'll meet in episode 2. Until then, bye.